Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crazy D's Equipment. So today we're just going to kind of do a update for this Saturday of what's going on. Last Saturday was what was going on at the yard. Today is what's going on not at the yard. So come on. All right, guys. So one of the things yesterday, me and Doc went and we picked up a bunch of stuff I bought on auction the other day, and that were sitting over at Joe's place. This is that Davis trencher I bought on that auction about 2 auctions ago. Joe hauled it back to his place, so this is a project we'll be figuring out. I don't know if this is going to be worth my time or not. It's going to be hard to say. If the hydrostatics are good in it, it'll be worth getting fixed up. If the hydrostatics aren't good in it, then I think I paid $350 for it. So I'm not out of the money for just scrapping the thing if that's the case. But we'll have to see. I did pick up a few more pieces of small equipment for the lot. We'll have to get cleaned up and put on the lot here. So Doc's been working on his projects over here. There's a couple things. For some of you might remember the Ford tractor that I bought several auctions ago. It was out at Juniorman's place, and he was using it as his tractor, and they got it. Juniorman had moved to town now, so he doesn't need it anymore. So this thing has been sitting, been sent out here to Doc. Doc went to work and finished putting an alternator on it because it needed an alternator. We got it changed over to a 12-volt system because it was on a 6-volt system, and it started really, really hard. Pardon me. So Doc got that changed over and stuff. I think the only thing left to do, Doc says, is I got him a valve for the tank that's been leaking. He's going to replace that, and then it's going to head up to the lot, and this thing will end up on the lot probably $3,800. I'll probably ask $4,000 for it with the loader as is, ready to go, and it'd be a good little tractor for somebody. Somebody will. This will be ideal for them. So, and then everybody remembers the propane DC that we bought quite some time ago. Doc has latched onto that. Doc figured out on his diesel that his lifter pump has gone bad, so he on his injector pump. So that's holding up that project for Doc. Doc's going to try to go to work and get that. Doc, did you decide if you're going to rebuild that, or are you going to just try to get a new one?
I may have to just rebuild it.
You may just have to rebuild it because you're talking about this thing here, right?
Yeah.
So
I kind of figured out. Because I talked to some of my videos about I bought books for it. So it comes into this little filter thing here, goes down into this side.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to pull it up and over, push it through that side. This filter is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Pushes it through this filter and then
into the injectors.
Into the head of the injector pump, and it's seized up. Which I'm going to put out a video here soon, kind of more detail of what happened. But it seized up, and there's supposed to be a little pin on the drive because it's just a gear pump.
Mm-hmm.
And it snapped off it seized up, snapped it, and then that's why it died.
Why it died. So, okay. Well, all right. So that's this project for you. This is, but there'll be more on your channel about what's going on with it. So, all right. Well, let's head over to the farm and all the projects going on over there.
Craig has quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few. So you went to work and basically rebuilt this distributor so far. Cleaned it and dew points and everything in it. And you've drained the tank.
I drained the tank.
And it's disgusting.
Yeah,
and
that's what's in that bucket.
Yeah. Ew, and I can smell it. I'm not for sure how on this one the fuel tank went on this Honeybee, but I mean,
basically the same way.
I think it was the same way as the other one was.
They didn't either they rotted it out, or it just didn't have enough fuel
Capacity. But you haven't started on the carb yet. You got to.
I want to wait until I see if hopefully it's not bad.
Have you turned the motor over yet? Okay.
Right now I'm trying to get all the little things done on it, so when I try to start it,
It should go. Oh yeah, there's a tag down there. It's one that's built out of a 140. And then remember how ours was just a shaft running back? This one actually does have power steering. So,
I told you it was possible.
but yeah, but this one actually has power steering. And then the carburetor. Now, you're not rebuilding the carburetor that came off that M, are you? Because that's actually a W9 carburetor, ain't it? Is it an M carburetor? Okay. Well, that was a huge carburetor. It's an M carburetor? Oh, hey Dan. We were wondering if they still do have a good gasket hanging on the wall for an LA. Okay, well, that solves that problem for me.
here's the bottom of it. This is the top piece that came off the super. I had out in the super rim.
Okay, it fits.
And I
So,
looked at the numbers, and the numbers are
are the right numbers?
right. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand why anybody would do what they did.
Why they drilled out the sides on that one?
Why the heck they cut the ears off?
I don't know why they cut the ears off either on it.
This is the one I wanted to use, but see, it broke. That screw twisted off. And this thing, one of these screws got twisted off, and I can't get it out. So I said, well, forget that one. Well, I had enough this one. The same dang thing, except for I did get that out of it. Why anybody do that, I have no idea.
Yeah. They took the. I don't know why you would
Yeah, I don't know
cut the bolt holes out.
I don't know what
like
they're
that.
doing there either.
That's ridiculous.
So,
I need to put a new basic kit
in there. Have you?
This the choke shaft out of it. It's all rusted up and it's bent. It's got a slight bend to it.
Well, the only way that thing ran was Danny had to choke it. So
This thing is here. These ports are choked up. That's why I want to get a basic kit, because I can put a new jet there.
okay.
And have all the pieces I need to finish. Get this done. Get this out of here.
Okay. And then the 8-in.
Oh God. And down here.
What do we got to do there yet?
Sitting in the shop, but look at the wiring on this stuff. You got two different wiring on it.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are in very good shape.
The two bad harnesses.
These wires, this wiring is shot.
Okay.
That's two
So I
bad
want to get a
harnesses.
new wiring harness for this. It don't. It's a mess trying to make it.
I found them on eBay. Those wiring harnesses. They weren't very much.
I found one for $35.
Yeah, they're about $26 on eBay,
It was
but
a
still.
Ford, it was a fixed Ford or something.
Yeah. The starter's bad, but
The starter, they don't have the. Commentator, this needs to be cleaned, and it didn't have no shield over this.
okay.
So I don't know if you got some place you can take these.
Well,
I was
I
gonna take
just
it apart, but I didn't know how this was. During the year for me, do you take this clip off, and then this whole Bendix comes off of here,
I remember, I believe so, yeah.
or is there a pin underneath that? I don't know. I didn't touch it. I didn't want to mess with it.
well, it might just be easier to pull the starter off of that parts one and slap it on there.
And that one I didn't even touch.
You haven't even started on that one yet.
The one
Yeah, that one there it was running really good, and
And I need batteries.
yeah, I need to get you some more batteries. I got one at the shop I can send you.
That one you sent me, I just sent it with Danny. I don't know what he did with it.
What'd you do with that one?
It was a nice core.
That heavy duty
It
one?
didn't work. It wouldn't have any umph in it. It went flat quickly.
It was a brand new. Only reason that battery came out of the vehicle was because the guy wanted an I want to say XL. That's not right. The green battery, whatever those
Interstate?
are. Interstate, and that wasn't an interstate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was a good battery.
Oh, it's supposed to have been.
Yeah. So.
Didn't give.
Yeah, so I don't really know what wiring thing Chris got's going on here.
This one,
Besides the mess.
This one has the front mount. This
Distributor, yeah.
that one's a side mount.
Yeah.
You got, if you order them, you got to be sure you specifically say side mount or front mount, because they're two different wiring harnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing to do this one too.
That might be
same thing,
the-
get a wiring harness with it. For it.
It might be the best
12 volts.
because Chris and I help
This
the
is
guy
a
get it.
mess. I can't even quite make heads or tails.
Yeah,
out
this
of
one probably is a mess. This one here, Junior Mint, would get spark, and then he lose the spark, and he gets spark,
Yeah.
and it just won't keep spark, and then Danny messed with it for a little
I
bit.
was getting the same thing. It would have spark one time, and the next time it didn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So I don't know.
We couldn't figure out what was so. Could be a short in a wire
Yeah.
or something.
This one comes with a clutch PTO.
Yeah, I think it has.
Toolbox
it
is what
already.
I thought was
It has
cool.
a brand new spark plug.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does. One new
No, I
spark
thought it had
plug.
the clutch thingy on it already, but it don't.
It's got a pin, real heavy pin.
Some bolts. There's a key in there.
I've never seen one with a tack before. That's got to be an aftermarket thing.
There's an old half-inch wrench. Your hairpin clips.
Well, wait a minute. There's not wires running to the radio anymore.
No,
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it is.
they're somehow hooked up to the light.
Yeah. The hell, that could be the. Who knows? He could have messed things up, and somehow the wiring's now tied into the radio. I've seen worse. So, but anyways, all right. Well, that kind of gives us a caught up of all the other projects that are going on.
And then the David Brown, I think we're missing one. It's just a matter of putting the water pump on it and see what we can do to get it going.
So the David Brown is just
Water
get the
pump.
water pump on.
I got the stuff in the house.
Once it gets the David Brown done, then
What I want to do, I want to get all this cleanup around there so I can pull that out of there so I can get it up
up
closer.
here.
Yeah.
Well, once the David Brown's done, Danny, then you and Craig could start on the long.
Yeah.
Along, I got an idea. I think the best thing to do is go work and measure and see if you can't find pistons and sleeves that will work, or you have to find some place that can make them.
You were thinking it was.
I wonder if it's in a bad head gasket, because I don't know if we go back in
Or
in memory, the place the guys that had trying to get it to start just fed it tons and tons and
They
tons
kept
of
feeding
ether,
the ether over.
and that'll blow a head gasket easily.
Yeah, they kept dumping ether in it. They said they dumped
just-
ether and dumped ether and dumped ether and dumped ether
Which
in it,
do-
and they couldn't get it to take. And then they towed it around for a while and dumped ether in it, trying to get it to take. And then they couldn't get it to take, so they don't know why it wouldn't run. But it was supposed to be just freshly rebuilt, and that's why they were trying to get it to start after the rebuild.
After
ether
working,
will destroy diesel engines.
especially not administered correctly.
Yeah. So
After the Leyland we had,
the Leyland.
there's special ways to get those foreign jobbers to start.
Right.
Learn, so
I've seen YouTubers just sit there and just spray that stuff in diesel engine. I'm surprised those engines even still.
Well, we try not to use it if we don't have to, but sometimes we have to. And then in the comments, they have a hissy fit, but sometimes you just can't help it but to use a little of it. So,
Sometimes you can get 'em going with
like that
WD-40.
806, when we first got it, it wasn't going to start without using a little bit of ether. And once we got it cleaned up and you got the fuel system fixed, you didn't need the ether to start it anymore.
No.
So, the loader over there,
the Mustang.
we need to pull it.
It needs to be pulled.
So, because we need to,
It'll run.
it'll run.
Everything works except for it won't move.
Because we got to put the air out of the hydrostat drives
If it's
and,
got
and bleed and.
I'm hoping.
Well,
that's
it
the
probably
case.
does. I mean, it's set for many years, so I'm pretty sure that it's probably air in the hydrostats, and we need to kind of slowly pull it and get the oil pumping and stuff. And because I know we had to do that with the sprayer when we pulled that old sprayer out, and a couple other hydrostatic
That's the one
vehicles.
Joe bought really cheap because they thought the hydrostats.
Yeah, they thought the hydrostats had blown, and all we had to do was we pulled it a little bit. Floyd said, just kind of slowly pull it, and kind of just put it in. Just kind of pull it real slow and put it in. Have somebody putting it in drive so the oil's flowing, and they just pulled it real slow, and pumped the oil through the system, and eventually they pumped it. And now there were still some air bubbles, and every now and then you would go but after a while that went away too. There's also, I think there is a way to bleed those, but I don't know anything about that.
I can't find anything in the manual.
Yeah. So, but all right, guys. I think that wraps everything up. So, yeah. I'll catch you later, guys.